Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Divya and I wanted to come on here and talk about a few things about how if you want to do something in this life, you should go and do it. If you have had a realization that you are called to do something in your life, then you shouldn't hesitate on it or think that maybe you'll do it tomorrow. Because the truth is, we don't know how long we're going to be here, and we can't just take that time for granted. And the amount of time that we're going to be here for isn't even that long. So I really encourage you to pursue the things that you want to pursue and feel your heart drawn towards, and do the thing and say the thing and never hold back. Because the truth is, something I realize is that you're going to regret it either way. You're going to regret it if you did it, and you're going to regret it if you didn't do it. So, because as humans, we're just always regretting things. So, why not do it and regret not doing it, and being happy that you took the courage and did it? Because they asked a bunch of people who were at the end of their lives the same question. They said, what would you say is your biggest regret in this life? And they said that their biggest regret was not taking chances when they had the chance to, and that everything they did do, they were happy they did. And that if they could go back in time and change anything, that they would go back in time and do the things that they didn't do. So I really urge you to do the same, and really live this life for you and not for other people, and just be present with yourself and listen to yourself. I know we can tend to suppress our emotions, and day to day we don't sit down and process all our emotions. I meditate every day, and I make sure I feel every emotion and process it so it doesn't end up floating around in the subconscious and influencing the things that I do. And it can be difficult at the start to begin, but all meditation is being present with yourself and building an awareness. So if you just take some time every day to do that, it could just be 5 minutes. It'll really build up over time. And yeah, I really needed to come and say that, because first of all, like, recording videos does not come naturally to me, I feel. I feel like I need to envision people in front of me, but I really have things that I want to say to spread the message, because I know that after COVID, especially, a lot of us, life just doesn't feel the same, and I feel like in the future it'll really be studied, the impact that COVID had on people and their lives. And I don't think that what someone else chose to do and what happened in the world is an excuse for us right now to not live to our final potential in this lifetime, and believe in ourselves and believe in our abilities and each other, and our ability to create something, a life that we one day envisioned for ourselves, maybe when we were much younger, maybe not that long ago. But yeah, I really think that meditation is a real game changer, and if that seems difficult, then journaling really helps. Just reflecting your thoughts back to yourself, because not all of us have someone in our lives who is able to give us what we need, so we need to be that person for ourselves. And personally, I've found that either journaling or meditating is a really good way to mirror back to ourselves the parts of ourselves that we've denied and rejected for so long because we've been taught to, or because we've been scared of how we would be perceived by the world. But I can't stress that the reason we're here in the first place is not to go to a 9-to-5 job and contribute to a society and buy things and make other people happy. That's not what we were here to do, and we've really collectively lost track of that, it looks like. So I just want to say that I feel that the reason we came here is to know everything about ourselves, because it can be really difficult to do that, especially when we fear vulnerability or abandonment, and we value closeness with other people, and being in a tribe makes us happy. But the thing is, we came here to discover more about ourselves and expand as a soul, so that in our next journey we're able to keep expanding and learning more and more about ourselves. And that's the true happiness in life. It's not material things or like making other people happy and fleeting emotions. It's like we don't have any of those things when we leave, but the only thing we have is our soul. So it's those nurturing experiences we have, those moments. Every moment we are present with ourselves is a moment where there's a potential for expansion, and learning more about ourselves. But we've been taught not to be present and to deny that part of ourselves. And I think it's because if we all did do that, then there wouldn't be a society where people go to work and everyone would be focused on themselves instead of things outside of themselves. And it's not selfish, it's not narcissistic to focus on yourself. It can be when it's at the expense of others, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about focusing on yourself and making sure you build the relationship with yourself first. We have two points of perspective, our temporal self and our non-temporal self. So our physical body and then our non-physical body, which is our mental body. And they're the two perspectives we have, and to experience each one, you can just close your eyes and witness yourself. That is the self that you are when you close your eyes. That is your non-temporal self. And we need to make sure that we have a strong relationship between the two of them, and a loving relationship between our mind and our body, because that's where we foster everything. Like, that's where everything is projected out from, our internal experience. So if internally we have a good, stable, healthy and loving relationship with ourselves, then externally we project that, and we're able to build and maintain and grow those same stable and loving relationships with others, and affect how we show up in the world with love instead of fear, and from a place of kindness and compassion, instead of hurt. So when I say to focus on yourself, I don't mean in a narcissistic way at the expense of other people. I mean in a way where you show up for yourself first, and your relationship with yourself is the most important, which is not selfish. If you put someone else before yourself, that would become selfish, because you would see them higher than you, because you emotionally depend on them. Therefore, you would be trying to control them to regulate your own emotions. So that's actually more selfish. That's actually incredibly selfish compared to building a relationship with yourself and a strong foundation, and then having no attachments to anything outside of you, and allowing people to be as they are, and knowing that you are allowed to be as you are, and from there just building on healthy and stable and compassionate relationships. I really hope that made sense. I really hope it did. I hope it wasn't too confusing and I explained it in a way that's digestible, but I really just want to spread that message, and I really wish that someone had told me this a few years ago when I started this journey, but I'm so glad that I can be the person who is able to say this now, and I hope that this message reaches someone who needs to hear it as much as I needed to at one point. And I hope you have a wonderful week and you make it a good day and take care of yourself. Bye.